I wanted to make the girls look super, super like age appropriate, because that's always been a pet peeve of mine. Like when you see, like, nobody wants to see a 40-year-old playing a senior, is all I'm saying. But like these girls were so young at heart and like beautiful inside out that like my focus was skincare and doing like neutrals and light pinks to make them just pop. And then everyone's social like kind of, we threw a little different makeup look here, a little different makeup look there, just so like to tie it together so visually everyone's like, oh my god, this is reminiscent of the movies we grew up watching high school.
Welcome to the Friends in Beauty podcast, a safe space for ambitious beauty industry creatives to have real talk, get real answers, and practical tools to grow their businesses. My name is Aquia Robinson, and I'm a makeup artist, beauty educator, and the creator of Friends in Beauty. I created Friends in Beauty to support like-minded creatives, just like you, on their quest to connect, network, and build genuine relationships within the beauty community. Join me every week as me and my special guests reveal the keys to success and longevity in the beauty industry, and most importantly, have fun while doing it. You ready? Hey, what's up? It's your best friend in beauty, Aquia Robinson. Welcome back to another episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast. I am so happy to have you here, and I hope you're listening to this episode in high spirits and in good health. Now, on this episode of the Friends in Beauty podcast, I welcome film makeup artist Natalie Johnson to the Friends in Beauty guest chair. Natalie is the makeup department head behind the hit South by Southwest Selected film, Bottoms, which premiered on March 11th at the festival and will have its wide release this summer. Bottoms follows two queer high school students who start a fight club to convince two popular cheerleaders to hook up with them. In Bottoms, Natalie had the unique opportunity to combine the makeup skills she's demonstrated in her many years of working on horror films with a more lighthearted teen dramedy. While drawing inspiration from classic 90s teen movies such as Never Been Kissed or She's All That for the teenage beauty looks, Natalie also referenced Fight Club for the film's more gory scenes. The range seen in this film, from the bare, beautiful makeup the teenage girls wear to the moments where the characters are covered in blood and bruises, is a true testament to the quality of Natalie's work. One of the key goals Natalie had for this project was to keep the makeup looking as realistic as possible, despite the unrealistic nature of the story's world. This meant using bare, natural-looking makeup on the adult actors and adding skin imperfections similar to what teenagers experience. Natalie was also mindful of the realism of injuries, ensuring, for example, that the color of a bruise progressed naturally as time passed in the story. How cool is that? Oh my gosh. I had such a great time talking to Natalie about her experience with this film and her career as a film makeup artist. Be sure to check out the description for a link to the Bottoms trailer, because I told Natalie I'm definitely going to go see it, and I'm also going to take a screenshot of her name in the credits because that's just like the coolest thing ever. In this interview, Natalie shares a snapshot of her career as a makeup artist and how it led her to the film industry, her favorite types of film projects to work on, all about the upcoming movie Bottoms and her process for creating the makeup looks, her role as a makeup department head, the process for becoming a part of the local 798 Makeup and Hair Union, how to develop your skill set to work in film, and so much more. Let's go ahead and jump into this conversation with Natalie, and if you prefer to watch our beautiful faces, then tune in on YouTube. Enjoy. Welcome to the Friends in Beauty podcast, Natalie.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited, and it's so nice meeting you.
It's nice meeting you too. And I told you, I'm so excited because I think you're like the first person that is in like the film industry in particular that I have on the show. So I have lots of questions about the film industry, lots of questions about the project that you just worked on, and just, you're a makeup artist. I'm a makeup artist too. So we can have some fun chat. Yeah.
I can't wait.
So before we hop into it, I'd like to start off with some icebreakers just to get us warmed up, and so the Friends in Beauty audience can get to know you outside of makeup. So the first one, just give us 3 random facts about you.
I'm a Virgo, so I'm ridiculously OCD. I'm a big animal activist. And honestly, I think I'm right where I'm supposed to be. Like, everything that's ever happened in my life brought me to this career that I'm in right now and just art in general.
I love that. Are you an August or September Virgo?
September. So it's even worse. It's like
My mom is a Virgo. Her birthday is September 14th.
that's my birthday.
For real?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Oh, well, tell your mom hi.
Okay, right. Found your birthday twin. I actually found my birthday twin doing an interview. We had the exact same birthday, like same day, like in year and everything. It was crazy how
Oh,
we
wow.
discovered that. Yeah. You're an animal activist too. Do you have any pets?
I do. I have a big German Shepherd right behind me that's laying on the couch.
I love it. I love it. I have a cat. Her name is Cash, and she has one eye.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is Virgil back here, and he has a lazy ear.
Oh, gotta love them. Gotta love them.
Terrific.
In the I guess in the spirit of Mental Health Awareness Month, because this is May at the time of this recording, what is something that you do on a daily basis for your mental health?
For my mental health, basically, I like to meditate every morning while I'm having my coffee and just let myself know that, there's food in the fridge, you're healthy and just be thankful and grateful for everything, because you never know other people's like circumstances, and of course you want everything to be like great for everybody, but just honestly just be thankful.
Yeah, I like that. I meditate every morning as well. I actually been doing this like a guided meditation for like money affirmations, and it's insane like how the stuff that has been happening is like so crazy. Like I literally found like $20 by my car, or I got like a random check in the mail from like the state of Maryland. It was like a lot of crazy stuff that's happening. But I also believe in like expressing gratitude every day, no matter like the smallest thing, like food in the refrigerator, roof over my head, air in my lungs, like then other things just start to flow in.
Yeah, you're a manifester, it sounds like.
Hey, I receive it. Keep on manifesting. So I have these things called pod decks, and they have these very interesting, sometimes strange questions in it. This is a what the heck and a would you rather. Which one would you?
I guess would you rather?
Yes, would you rather? Most people always choose what the heck, and I'd be like, what the heck? Like somebody should. Would you rather never celebrate your birthday again or never drink alcohol again?
Honestly, oh god, I am from New Orleans, guys. Never celebrate my birthday again because I'm low key anyway, but I like to have a glass of wine at night with my husband on a Friday. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I don't know what I would choose. I would probably say never drink alcohol again, because I don't really drink like that anyway, but I like to celebrate my birthday now. Like I gotta celebrate. I'm like the opposite.
It's like I'll go out to dinner and everything. Like my blowouts were awesome in my 20s. Now I'm just like, I just want to chill.
That's so true. My birthday this year, my friends like, what are you doing? I'm like, if y'all do something for me, I'll show up, but I'm not planning anything. I'm too old now. Like I just be wanting to rest.
Like I want to be home with my soft pants.
Yeah, just curled up with my cat and watching a good movie, and that's it.
Literally.
What do people always tell you that you're good at aside from makeup?
Art. They think I'm really good at art. That I feel like that kind of goes really, really hand in hand. And also people say I'm really, really good at organizing, which Virgo.
True. And I'm sure that helps in the industry that you're into with organizing.
Oh, all these little quirks and things that I have definitely benefit the career I chose.
Yeah, absolutely. When is the last time that you did something for the first time?
Oh, okay. So my husband got me for Christmas a poly nail gel kit. And so I was like, you know what? We're always looking at like, I like doing things myself. And so I started doing my own nails. Not right now, but like that was the first time me figuring it out. And you would have laughed. Just, I got it everywhere, all over the kitchen counter, like it wouldn't stick, but I had to watch countless YouTube videos, which, by the way, YouTube people that do that, no, it did not work.
They must have did it like a million times before they recorded the video.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, you can do your nails in like 10 minutes. I was like, 10 minutes? I've been sitting here for 2 hours and I have like 3 done.
That's
So
so
yeah,
true.
I would say that's the first time.
I absolutely love it. I like doing my own nails too. I started dabbling with it maybe sometime last year. I watched a YouTube video about doing the Gel X nails, and I've been doing my own Gel X nails, like not today, but my own Gel X nails. And my friend got me the poly one too. But I just looked at it because I had to paint my nails for today, and I just looked at it in the drawer, and I was like, oh, I should another time, because I don't have time to try to figure that out. But that's so cool. I like that.
Definitely set aside some time. Don't do it the day or night that you got to go out, is all I'm saying.
Noted. Last one. If you weren't a makeup artist, is there anything else that you could see yourself doing right now?
Honestly, if I wasn't a makeup artist, I would probably be a veterinarian.
Me too. We have so much in common.
I know. This is wild.
I love that. I thought about being a veterinarian when I was in high school, and then I got into hair, and I said, well, I want to be a hairstylist, and that never happened. But a veterinarian, I would totally do that.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Okay. So you said you're from New Orleans. Do you still live there?
I do.
Oh, no.
I'm currently here in this partially cloudy area right now.
I've never been there before. I always hear great things about it, about the food, the people, the experience, and I hope to make it there one day.
Well, you got to reach out.
Yeah,
we'll get together and I'll show you around.
Yes, I would love that. Oh my gosh. So were you a creative as a child?
Yes. Yeah. Ever since I could pick up a pencil, I've been drawing. And weirdly enough, my dad thought I was going to go into architecture because I always drew our apartment building that we lived in when I was little. That didn't happen.
That's good. Did you design your shirt too?
I did. I drew this.
Wow. I wish y'all could. That is so amazing. I love that so much. What's the name of your brand?
It's literally Natalie Johnson design, all one word, at Etsy.
Got you. So how'd you go from like just sketching things and like how did that lead like to the beauty industry? How'd you get into the beauty industry?
I was always into fine arts and everything. Went to college here and in St. Louis after Katrina. And then I came back down here and I was just working retail. I was like 19. And weirdly enough, a makeup artist from MAC walked in to the store and was like, hey, did you do your own makeup? I had like winged liner or whatever. And I didn't think anything of it, but I said, yeah. She gave me her card. I got curious, checked it out. And honestly, it just kind of right place, right time. And I fell in love with it because it was such a quick gratification to know that like your face is basically like parchment paper, canvas. It's just another medium.
Yeah. So you worked at MAC?
I did. I started my makeup career at MAC at Lakeside Mall.
Oh my God. Okay. So what was your hiring process like? Was it difficult or was it easy because you knew somebody that kind of got you in there?
It definitely wasn't hard. It was easy. And I think they kind of liked my look because I was blonde and had a mohawk and I kind of just like walked in and I did my makeup like kind of how the artist liked it, and they grabbed a model, had me do like a quick little demo, and they were like, when can you start? And I was like, this is too easy.
Right. 'Cause that sounds super easy because I never got to the demo portion of MAC like ever. Like I interviewed twice. The first one, I just got the first interview. The second one was like, or did I get the second? No, I just did the first interview both times because the first time it was just one-on-one. The second time it was like a group of us, and I'm in DC. I'm in Washington, DC. And at the time, the recruiter that was here, she was notorious. Like people knew that she was not like a nice person. She wasn't playing any games. And she was so mean. Like that second interview that I had, she was like going around like the room to people like, nobody's doing boxy brows anymore. No, like you got that highlight under your brow. Absolutely. Like she was just going down the road, like just picking at people. I was like, dang, she is not playing.
Ooh, she sounds great.
And coming to find out, I found out she wasn't even a makeup artist. She was just corporate. So I'm like, how are you over here talking about people's makeup?
Wait,
You have a stitch of makeup on your face and you're not even a makeup artist.
and you're delegating trends.
Absolutely. It was crazy, but I just took it as like, maybe this is not the route I'm supposed to go because I tried MAC, I tried Sephora, nobody. So I just been like freelance.
Well, you know what? It sounds like you're exactly where you need to be. And look at you now.
Yeah, I should go find her. It's like, nah.
Oh, exactly.
So how long have you been a makeup artist now?
I started my career in, oh my goodness, 2006.
Wow.
Oh my God. So basically almost 20 years. It's a very long time.
Yes, that is fantastic. Can you give us a little bit of a snapshot of your career? I know it's been a long time, but like what are some highlights that stand out to you from the time you were at MAC to like where you are now?
I really liked in the beginning, like getting the opportunity to do weddings and like events, because I remember how I felt when I was in high school, getting my, like, you feel like the belle of the ball and everything. Cause it's like, you're not only doing art on someone's face and enhancing their beauty, but you're doing more than that.
Yeah.
You're creating a moment for them. You're making someone more confident and things like that. So I really liked that aspect of it. And once I did my fair share of that, I was like, well, let me go to a spa. And like, this could be an even more like healing type of process. And eventually the film industry just started like booming. And I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Because I love movies. I always have.
Do they have
And
a lot of film projects in New Orleans?
Oh yeah, no, it's constant. Right now it's a little slow because of the writer's strike and everything, but hopefully everybody gets what they want and we'll go back to work soon.
Yes. So what was the first, well, how did you get into film? Like, what was that first project like?
My first project was actually a short for a friend. Then he was always trying to help me. Like he knew I wanted to get into film. So he always like was just handing out my resume, which I had no idea wasn't correct at the time, because you don't know until you meet people and then you're like, oh, okay, this is the format and everything. But he introduced me to people and I started working for free.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was a lot of free. I was like actually working during the day at Sephora and working on a horror movie at night.
Yeah.
So I definitely paid my dues.
Definitely.
But I would say it was a lot easier probably than most because I knew the importance of networking early on.
Yes, I'm a firm, everybody knows I'm a firm believer in networking and building relationships. A lot of the opportunities that I've gotten as a makeup artist are directly a response, like call and response to just like networking and just meeting the people. And when projects come up, they're like, oh, call Aquia, or I recommend her. So I totally get it. When it comes to film, or if people want to get into film, do you still recommend them doing a lot of free work when they first start out?
Usually like to become like a makeup PA and everything, but I let them know that it's really not as glamorous as, as it looks. Like you might see a portrayal of what we do on TV and everything, and it's the most rewarding work ever, but they don't know that you're hunched under a tree in the rain in the woods for like 7 hours to get this one scene and everything like that. But if you want it and this is really what you want to do, I'll always help somebody out and let them know, like, all right, do this.
Yeah, I'm finding like a lot of art because I definitely paid my dues in the industry when it comes to just doing free work, and I'll still do free work depending on what like the project is. But I'm noticing like a lot of new makeup artists
don't want to do that.
They try to get paid. They like, free what? Like, oh no, you gonna have to give me something. So that's why I asked that question.
It's a new day. I know exactly what you mean. Yep. They want that high rate immediately. And it's like, if you only knew.
Right. You gotta pay in your time first before you receive the check, for sure. What is something, or what do you like about working in film?
The fact that my art is kind of in a way immortalized for like this generation and the next and the next. Like there's something so amazing and gratifying about that.
Yes. What's your least favorite thing?
If there's a mistake. but it is a learning process. So if there is a mistake, you best believe it'll never happen again.
Yeah. How did you master like continuity when it comes to working in film?
That was actually very easy just because of the way my brain works and everything. Because
Very good
anytime,
brain.
anytime I'm reading a script, I'm doing a makeup breakdown alongside it. So say we go a day where it's like scene 22, 47, and 49 are being filmed that day. I will always make notes for my team and I, like, this is what everyone needs to look like here, here, and here. There's no confusion. You let the ADs know. Flawless. No mistakes.
Yeah.
No reason for a mistake.
Okay. At this point, I imagine you probably done a little bit of everything with film, but like, what are your favorite type of film projects to work on?
I love everything. I don't want to be pigeonholed. I love every single genre and want to continue to like try different things.
Okay. I don't think I've worked on that many. I've been working in TV lately, and I know continuity. I asked you about continuity. I know it's in TV, like continuity is like a really, really big thing. And I can literally see sometimes I'm watching, like, I like to watch like Power and stuff like that, those type of shows. And I think it was last season. I was like, her lips were glossy there, and then they weren't glossy. They just like, or her eyebrow was like this, and then I was like I'm always able to like pick out everything. So when I'm doing makeup, I just pray that like hopefully somebody is being tricked that we filmed this over like 4 days, because I'm working on a TV show now, and it's like a reality show. So we have to do like the interview looks, and I'm like, people really think that these people are sitting down just like one day filming this, but I've shot this one look like 5 times. Like I had to do this makeup like 5 times. So I'm just praying that, you know, they don't catch this person with a glossy lip, but then like her lip is not glossy.
Like she took a sip of water and then like you couldn't get in there quick enough.
Yes, absolutely. I just pray, but it's makeup, so it can't be perfect all the time.
Exactly. But I guarantee you no one's going to catch it like a makeup artist.
Right. Like a Virgo makeup artist too. Yes. So you recently worked on a film called Bottoms.
Yes.
That premiered at South by Southwest. South by Southwest. How was your time at the South by? I can't say it today. South by Southwest, like a tongue tie. South by Southwest. How was your time there?
I actually didn't make it to South by. I was stuck in Louisiana, but I followed it. It looked like so much fun, and I just loved seeing all the love that was like being shared about the project. Like I couldn't be more excited to see people's reactions and read it.
How long was the filming process for that project?
It was about 5 weeks.
Oh,
I would say.
Okay. What's it about?
It is about a group of girls in high school from different like social cliques and everything that kind of get together and start a fight club, and they become really, really close. And it's kind of like that teen self-discovery type of thing, but it's like a lesbian fight club. So the moment I was told about it, I was like, I need to be a part of this.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. A girl fight club. Oh my gosh. In high school. So I'm imagining that the makeup, like, how did you come up with like the vision for the makeup for this film?
I wanted to make the girls look super, super like age appropriate, because that's always been a pet peeve of mine. Like when you see, like, nobody wants to see a 40-year-old playing a senior, is all I'm saying. But like these girls were so young at heart and like beautiful inside out that like my focus was skincare and doing like neutrals and light pinks to make them just pop. And then everyone's social clique kind of, we threw a little different makeup look here, a little different makeup look there, just so like to tie it together. So visually everyone's like, oh my God, this is reminiscent of the movies we grew up watching high school. So it was so much fun.
That is so interesting. You said the age appropriateness of the makeup, because I do watch some movies sometime and I'm like, this girl has, I mean, I know the girls are wearing makeup now, but I'm like, this is like grown-up makeup. Are they really going to high school like with their face like this every day?
Maybe now, but like I didn't look like that in high school.
I had chapstick, lip gloss at most.
Like I had to hide and go to school and put like eyeshadow on and wipe it off before I went home.
Absolutely. So you were the makeup department head for this movie?
Yes.
Got you. Did you have a team of other artists as well?
I did. I had a team, a wonderful, wonderful team. My key was Amy Weinberg. My third was Leslie Rodriguez, and my special effects brother was Carlos Savant. And everyone just did, like, if I had an expectation, they blew it out of the water.
Yeah. What's the difference between being like a department head and being a key artist?
It's almost like these are two positions that are very, very, very important, because sometimes I would have to be tied up in things with, like, producers having conversations about budgets and ordering and everything. And then my key is basically acting department head if I'm not around.
Yeah.
But also a key being a key is probably the hardest job, because you are literally in charge of almost everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Because I didn't realize it was a difference, but I guess now I understand the difference now. Yeah.
Yep.
As the department head though, like creating the range of looks for this movie, how do you go about that and then be able to translate it to your team for them to execute it?
I do face charts.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I do like the description of who I think this person is and what I think they should look like. And usually I'll get together with the costume designer just to see like what they're thinking for clothing, because I like to see, and the hair department head, I want to see a full like visual before I'm like, okay, this works.
Yeah. Do you have to get like approval from like the director or anything like that before you solidify a look?
Yeah, usually like we'll have camera tests and everything of that nature, but also I've been so lucky to where like my directors have always like really trusted me and have been happy. So knock on wood, that just, that particular procedure ensues.
Yes, I've never talked to a makeup department head before. This is exciting. So are you in charge of hiring the other artists, or is that something that's
Yes.
determined by production? Okay. Got you. Okay. That's so exciting, Natalie. I'm excited for you. This is so cool.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes. How did you become a makeup department head? Like for those who are working in like TV and film right now, and maybe they aspire to do that one day, is that something that you apply for? Is that something that's like, we want you to be the head? Like, how does that work?
It was definitely something that, it's kind of like an end goal. You want to be the person in charge of like looks and everything for a movie. But the way I came about it, and I'm so thankful to this man, even to this day, I was working with Stephen Dorff on this film, Sex Guaranteed. And he really enjoyed my work, especially like on others as well as on himself. And so he had another project like a month later in New Orleans, and he was like, I'm bringing you with me. You're going to be my personal. Yeah. And so that was literally my first makeup department head job, and it was because of him.
That's really cool. Wow. I had a question for you that I just lost. Makeup department head. It'll come back to me, hopefully. Dang, I really had a question for you. Anyways, we'll move on. So I have a never have I ever question for you, Natalie. Okay. Of course, we're not taking shots or anything like that, but inquiring minds want to know. So if this has happened to you before, you can share the story behind it. If not, give your advice to another makeup artist who this happens to in order to deal with this situation.
Okay.
All right. So never have I ever worked on a film project that has never gotten released. Has that ever happened to you before?
Fortunately, no, it hasn't. But to be honest, advice to another makeup artist, if that does happen, don't let it affect you. That's not a bad thing, because like you have no idea what's happening behind the scenes with like studios, or sometimes money is there and then it disappears, things like that. Just keep going.
Yeah.
You know, like that has nothing to do with your work or anything.
Right.
And just
Right.
keep the good fight.
Right.
Keep going.
Keep the good fight. That actually happened to me before. Okay. I think it was the first film project that I worked on. And I always tell makeup artists too, I believe that you should try a little bit of everything in the industry just to see what you like. Because I worked on a few projects before and I'm like, I don't like all this sitting around. Like you might do the makeup and then you're just sitting there while they're filming the scenes. And I've just gotten to the point now where I bring a book or my laptop or something like that.
Mhm.
But it was the first project that I worked on. What year was that? That must have been like 2013 or 14. And till
Mhm.
this day, I have not seen a trailer. I have not seen like anything from the film. I know it was a little girl in the movie. I know she's probably like in her mid to late 20s by now. Like, she's the gone to college and everything, but that happened to me before. And I would always run into one of the producers and she'd be like, oh, like we're still working on it. We're in editing. We're doing this. We're doing that. I'm like, okay, but still nothing. So
How crazy would it be if like all of a sudden it came out like later this year?
that would be insane. Like, I don't even know what that makeup would even look like at this point, because that was like right at the beginning of my career as a makeup artist. So I probably would be mortified if I saw that film at this time.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. So I saw that you're a local 798 artist,
Yes.
which is very cool. Haven't had anybody on the show yet as well that has been in the union, but I know that it is a very, very serious process to get into the union. So
You
how
are not.
long, yes, how long did it take for you to meet the requirements to qualify?
Uh, I believe it was like right at the cutoff too. It was 3 years. It
Mm-hmm.
took 3 years just because like I was so new and I was trying to network as much as possible. And sometimes it's a little harder just because you're in this one little group and
Yeah.
everything. But like once the floodgates open and you'll get your days. That's basically the hardest part. You got to get your days, which I think it's a little different now because I became a union member, I think in 2014, 15.
Okay. Let me check this.
So yeah, like I think it was like 180 when I applied.
Right. That's what I remember it being. Like 180 hours.
Or days,
Or
days.
days,
Mhm.
180 days. How, like, do you have any suggestions for how to keep up with all of your paperwork? Because I know at the time, I think they wanted everything to be in like order, like sequential order. You gotta have a resume, references, do all of these
Call
different.
sheets. Print out every call sheet immediately with your name on it, because if you wait till the end and then you got to go through all those emails and print out everything, it is a nightmare. Just start doing it now. Get a little folder, put it there, and literally my advice, do your book exactly how they have it listed. It is them wanting you to know that you can follow direction.
Got
Just
you.
be neat and have everything.
Do you remember the other requirements? Don't you have to like know how to do a ball cap and like period
Yes.
makeup and some other things?
And like facial hair, and then have your 3 recommendations letters.
Oh my gosh. Ugh.
Oh, it's a lot.
Yeah, it was because I couldn't keep up. I couldn't keep track of all the stuff at the time because I was doing like some production stuff. I was doing like plays and some TV and film stuff. But after a while, I just was like, forget this. But I think
Mhm.
it might be something that I revisit a little bit later, maybe.
I say do it. Like you get some time, do it because it really is so worth it.
Yeah, it really is. It really is for sure. Do you stay pretty busy with film jobs?
I do. That's my primary, like that is literally it.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
cool. For those who don't know much about the union, can you share, in your opinion, like some of the pros and the cons of being a part of the union?
Um, I don't think there are any cons, to be honest, but
Mhm.
pros are just like you are literally a part of an organization that has your back. If something is ever like a little off, you have a person that you can reach out to, and like they will literally come figure things out. And they always want you to have a safe healthy work environment. And everybody deserves that.
Absolutely. Because I've been on set a lot of times where we don't get treated fairly. Like we do have to eat, like we do
And
deserve a meal.
that's where the union comes in. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Mama Bear or Papa Bear on your back. Like I recommend it wholeheartedly.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any tips on how artists can get their hours or their days, I guess?
Network, be pleasant, take direction. But basically, like, the biggest thing is just be pleasant, because like we literally work up to 16 hours a day. We see our coworkers more than we see our families. Why not make it an awesome experience? That's honestly the best advice.
Yes, and especially when networking on set, like I've seen a lot of times when kind of like makeup artists would stay with the makeup artist, or like glam in general was just stick with glam. But I definitely think people should branch out and talk to the PAs and talk to
everybody,
the camera people, because those are the people who are like, they're working on other projects as well. So if you're cool with them, eventually like the production assistant might be the director one day.
Oh, literally.
And they may remember you.
Oh girl, come work with us. Like we hang out with everybody.
And that's the way it should be. How do you think that people can like develop their skill set though to be able to work in film? Because like you mentioned, you do like there's a lot of different looks that you have to master sometimes, or do you think people should just stick with what they're good at?
Definitely always brush up on where you're comfortable, but I recommend like take classes. If something makes you uncomfortable, go do it, because there will be a time where like you are going to have to do that and no one's going to come do it for you.
Yeah.
Put money into your education and it'll come back to you tenfold.
Nice. When it comes to like the projects that you worked on, especially like the horror projects, have you ever done like a look that just like scared you? Like I did this too good. Like this looks too like horrific.
Let me think. It's like trying to go through like the resume and everything like that. I will say on The Visitor, I did a movie like I want to say now, like almost 2 years ago. You can see it on Amazon. We had to make this woman look even older and like bald cap with like hair and everything. And like, she was outside like getting water out of the cooler, and one of the PAs were just like, didn't realize it was her. They thought it was just some like random lady, like unfortunately like homeless lady walking over. And no, I was like, no, that's so and so, that's what they look like. But like if you had no idea, yeah, it was like jarring. But again, so thankful.
That is so funny. I can only imagine.
And bald caps. A lot of people don't want to do bald caps. Put money into that education, because you never know when you're going to have to like slap one on.
Is that like a really tedious thing to learn how to master?
There are tedious aspects of it, but like once you get the gist of it, you're fine. I think it's one of those things that you build up more in your head.
Yeah. Have you ever looked at movies sometimes and critiqued it like they could have did that a little better?
Yes. Yes, all the time.
Because not any shade to this show, but I like to watch I think it's BMF, one of the 50 Cent's shows, and Snoop Dogg is on there. He's a pastor, and Snoop Dogg has locks now, but the pastor in the movie or in the show has like short curly hair, but it's like a big old hump, because I don't know what they did to like try to get his hair up under there, but it's like a big like cone head type of situation. I'm like, they could have just let the pastor have locks, and like that would have looked way better than them trying to attempt this hairstyle on him.
Trust me, I get it more than you know. And you never want to be disrespectful to another like makeup department, because honestly, you don't know what happened that day to now you're like stuck with that or whatever. But like it's to the point where like even my husband's like, that looks crazy. He's got an eye now, and I'm just like, oh my god, do I just talk about this all the time?
That's so funny. That's how one of my boyfriends was like, he's to the point now where he's like, he could look at a girl like, her foundation don't match. Like, do you see this? Like,
That line.
like, why is that not blended? Like, do you see her brows? Like, I'm like, oh my God, please calm down.
Why did no one say anything?
Yes. Are there any, like, let's see, any film projects that you just loved back in the day that you said, like, you would think or just wish that you were a part of, but maybe you weren't like a makeup artist yet, but like looking back at certain film projects, like, I wish I would have been able to work on this film.
Oh my God. Like basically every Tim Burton film where V. Neal was like the makeup department head. Them together is like chef's kiss.
Yes. She's
So,
iconic.
yeah, like that is a movement. Like I should only hope to have like a whisper of that one day.
Have you ever had to create characters before that weren't like realistic? Like one of the movies that stands out in my head that I absolutely loved as a child is like Mars Attacks. I love that movie so much.
Good. I was just talking about that with my friend Dan like not too long ago either, like literally beginning of the week. I haven't done anything like that as of yet, but I welcome it. I'm manifesting it. That would be such a dream job.
Yes, that's so. I love that movie so much. The aliens, just like the whole thing. I still could watch that movie until this day or just be locked in. Like I've never seen it before.
Yeah, literally all of his movies are like that. It's just like, and it takes you back to when you were like younger and you just like everything else stops and you're just tuned in.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of, well, going back to networking, how have you been able to leverage the relationships that you built over the years to help elevate your career?
Honestly, it's just like the whole thing, just again, be pleasant, talk to everybody. And I genuinely have an interest in like every job on set and everything like that, because everyone's responsibilities like come together to create this massive project. But yeah, just talk to everybody. Don't be shy. You know, there's a time and a place to chit chat and read the room. There's a time and a place, but yeah, just like be in it. Like, how lucky are we to do what we do for a living?
Yeah, for a living. Did your family in the beginning give you any slack for wanting to be a makeup artist?
In the beginning, my dad was like, "You're never gonna make money from that. That's not a career." He was very like, I'm the daughter of 2 immigrants, so they wanted me to go be a doctor, a lawyer, you know, the typical jobs that you will always have work. But they kind of encouraged my artistry, so they're bad. But also, hi mom, hi dad.
I totally get it. My family, I'm first generation here, so I have an aunt that until this, like if I see her tomorrow, she's still gonna ask me like if I'm doing something with my degree. Like, so are you gonna? I'm like, lady, I have been a makeup artist for almost 11 years. That ship has sailed. Like I use my degree in other ways, but it's not happening.
It's like literally culturally ingrained.
Because she's a nurse, so she's like, so you know, no, that's not happening. Absolutely. So at the end of the day, Natalie, is there a legacy that you're working on building? Like, what do you want your legacy to be when it comes to this industry?
I honestly want my legacy to be, she was awesome to work with. She was an awesome makeup artist. I hope she inspired, I hope I inspire other generations, just like I was inspired by like women in a primarily male dominated area, not that long ago.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Absolutely. You know, one thing that just popped in my head that I've noticed with people who are like in TV and film, I feel like you all don't have the pressure of like social media for real. Like, do you feel pressure to be on social media as an artist?
I think in the beginning I probably did, because Instagram was kind of like new when I started and everything like that. But I'm kind of thankful because I'm like that generation that grew up without the internet. And then all of a sudden I had to like figure it out in high school. But like, yeah, now it's fine.
Yeah. Because I noticed like if you're in a different industry, like if you're doing like the weddings and fashion and editorial and all of those things, it's like you want to showcase your work. And you kind of have to like stay on top of Instagram or social media in general just to stay relevant, to get booked and all of that stuff. But I feel like working in film has its own, it's like it has its own avenue of getting in the door. Like people aren't necessarily, well, in my head, I don't think people are necessarily going to Instagram to look for film artists. Like you all have your own like society that you get work from. So you don't have to be as like on the scene as much as like other artists. I like that though.
Same, but it definitely helps. Like if an actor or actress like posts something about you, that's definitely going to help.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like just manipulate that social media to work for you, you know?
Yeah, because so many artists that I know struggle with social media, but just because it's always changing anyway, like this whole algorithm that people are fighting and just like all the features that they want you to use and knowing what to post and all of this stuff, they struggle so hard. But maybe they should just get into film. Like, because every now and then they could just post stuff about the projects that they're working on, and it doesn't have like the pressure of like having to post like every day or every other day, just so people, you can seem like you're popping. Like it's a lot.
That's the perfect way to put it, because I can see where you could get like kind of not exactly frustrated, but maybe like overwhelmed, because it's that pressure to create constant content because you're flooded with it every day.
Yeah. So what's next for you, Natalie? Should we expect to see Bottoms somewhere on the big screen soon? Like what else
It is coming to theaters soon. So yeah, everybody check it out. And then yeah, let me know what you think.
We will. Do you have any other projects in the works?
I do. I have The Passenger is coming out probably in the next couple months, directed by Carter Smith. And it's one of the Blumhouse movies that I was working on in 2022. Yeah, 2022. And I'm really excited for everyone to see that one. It's a ride.
I'm excited because one thing that I always do, you probably do this too, is like when I sit and watch the credits just so I can see only so I can see makeup and hair. Like I always do that. So when I see your name, I'm gonna go crazy. I'm like, I don't know her.
Oh, thank you. I do the same thing.
Yeah, I do that. I love doing that for all the shows, all the movies. I like seeing people's names in the credits because that's really such a gratifying. I've had that happen before. So that's such a gratifying experience to like see your name in the credits.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, this has been a great conversation, but before you go, I have to ask you the Friends in Beauty rapid fire questions.
Okay.
So whatever comes to your mind first, just go ahead and spit it out. You'll be great. So the first one, what are the top 3 keys to your success so far?
Top 3 keys: focus, perseverance, and gratitude.
Yes, focus, perseverance, and gratitude. How do you measure your success?
I am very happy where I am right now. I feel very lucky, but there's room for more.
Not getting comfortable.
Never be comfortable.
Yeah. What's the best advice you've ever received, or a piece of advice that's just always stuck with you?
Best advice I have ever received is don't think you're better than anything.
Don't think you're better than anything. Okay. What advice would you give to another film artist right now who is not really having like the most pleasant time in the industry, and they're just like, maybe I should just go work at the counter instead?
I would say don't give up. Everyone has a bad day. Everyone might have a bad show, even where like things don't line up, but like you got into this for a reason. Don't let that dictate the rest of your career or future. Just stick with it, because eventually it's going to be over and you can move on. Don't get frustrated.
Yeah, absolutely. What is a resource, if any, that helps you in your business or just in your career as a TV, film, or artist that you can share with the Friends of Beauty community?
A resource? Honestly, watch movies. Keep watching. Like, it's all research, you know what I mean? And like it'll help sharpen your eye to look at others' work, and that way you have a great idea on what to do in the future if you have to do like a specific thing. Always study, always research, always keep it going.
Yes, I love that advice. It's so much, it's so simple, but it's like, it's so key. I love that advice. The last one, I just want you to fill in the blank and just say, my name is blank. And the key to longevity and success is whatever you think it is.
My name is Natalie Johnson, and the key to longevity in this is never give up.
Never give up. Never give up, y'all. I think people take that, it sounds so like cliche, but I think people really take that for granted, like never give up, because if you don't give up, then it's only inevitable that you're going to land where you're supposed to be. So never give up. Before you go, Natalie, please share any information that you want people to connect with you with, and like stay tuned for the movie, like whatever you want to share. If it's social media, website, definitely share the website again for that shirt because that is fire. Whatever you want to share.
Thank you. So guys, please check out Bottoms. It will be in theaters very, very soon. Check out The Passenger when it comes out. You can stream it on MGM Plus. Please come check out my store on Etsy. It's new and I love it. It's Natalie Johnson Design, all one word. And thank you so much for having me.
Oh, it's been an absolute pleasure. I learned so much in this short amount of time, but thank you so much for sharing with us. And I'm so excited for everything that you have going on. And I cannot wait to see Bottoms and Passengers. I'm going to be tuned in, and I'm going to take a screenshot of your name in the credits.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for listening to the Friends in Beauty podcast. Don't forget, sharing is caring. Share this episode with at least one friend in beauty, and subscribe, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts so that other friends in beauty can find this show. Plus, we'd love to hear your feedback. Connect with us on all social media platforms at Friends in Beauty, hashtag Friends in Beauty to join the conversation, and join our Friends in Beauty Facebook community to stay connected. Talk to you soon.